A new bill could offer solutions for properties like the Regency Mall. And we're 1 week closer to the busiest week of the year for Augusta, but will the show go on at Lake Olmsted Stadium? Also tonight, higher fines are on the table for drivers who pass stopped school buses. What law enforcement says is to blame for why drivers keep doing this. Your news at 10 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 10 on MeTV.
Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Denise Jefferson. John Hart is on assignment. Coverage you can count on begins tonight with a new bill that could improve an Augusta eyesore.
Regency Mall has been an eyesore in Richmond County for a few decades.
Regency Mall has been empty and abandoned for nearly 20 years, but a new bill could help the county change that.
You have the opportunity for that area to be used productively, whatever that use is. What you find is a lot of times it can bring up the other parts of the area.
Senator Harold Jones is sponsoring a bill that would allow county governments to declare abandoned mall property blighted and improve the property. Since it's been closed, the other parts of the area have gone down. So by inverse, if you actually can do something with it, we think and we believe that then will spur economic development throughout that particular area. Since the property isn't owned by the city, the bill would allow the county to use eminent domain power to improve it.
If, in fact, we were able to develop on that property, I mean, that would completely change the South Augusta Gateway.
District 1 Commissioner Jordan Johnson says it could bring a much-needed growth and development to the area.
So I think once we have something substantial at that property, that will open the door for so much growth in the area, retail, housing, you name it.
He also says the 50-acre lot could be key in transforming South Augusta.
Gordon Highway has been a desert for a lot of industries for quite some time, and I believe that Regency Mall site is so important, it's critical to the success of South Augusta and that Gordon Highway corridor.
The bill recently passed the Senate Judiciary Committee. We're just 3 weeks away from Masters, so what's the situation for the concerts planned for Lake Olmsted Stadium? If the major shows were on, we would expect a buzz activity at the stadium, but that's not what we found. The concerts were suspended earlier this month due to problems with the grounds. Promoters brought in engineers to determine if the issues could be fixed in time, but commissioners say they're still waiting for official word.
I don't see how at this point in time they can find another location. There are possibilities, but I'm not seeing it happen right now. So I think once again, COVID got it the first year, limited attendance the second year, and then sinking foundations the third year.
News Channel 6 has learned the International Soul Festival scheduled for the stadium starting April 29th will not be held. Benish Brown of the Convention and Visitors Bureau says they're looking for other options for the festival. All right, now it's time to take a look at your weather forecast with our chief meteorologist, Tim Miller. And today, Tim, was definitely a lot warmer than the weather we saw over the weekend.
Yeah, that's for sure, a lot warmer. Although we started a little chilly, Denise, so 27 was the actual low for this morning. Really not that far from the record of 23. 69 was the high temperature. That's pretty much close on average. But Denise is right. Yeah, it certainly was warmer. And even tonight we're a little warmer, 45. Officially at Bush Field, but that's out in the countryside. They get in town, 59 in Evans. Notice the temperature change. So we are certainly warmer, but 13 degrees warmer than we were 24 hours ago in Gibson at this time. And the winds are helping. They're from the south-southeast, around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Satellite view tonight shows absolutely clear skies all across the two-state, pretty much the same thing. Notice the clouds streaming in from the west, and that's the weather story that we'll be talking about coming up. Temperatures actually all across the southeast are fairly comfortable compared to last few nights when it was chilly. So last night 27, 43 for tomorrow morning, so certainly a light jacket off to work and school. Notice we'll have that sunshine until we get late in the day. We'll bring the clouds in and then temperatures in the 70s with a shower or two. Better chance of some showers and storms on Wednesday. We'll talk about that and our springtime temperatures in just a little bit. Teresa.
All right, thanks so much, Tim. A student at Byrd Elementary School is advancing to the Scripps National Spelling Bee after winning the regional. Caitlin Toole from Aiken was declared the winner at the Carolina Panthers Bank of America Stadium over the weekend. 4 students from North Carolina and 2 students from South Carolina qualified for the National Bee. Caitlin will be competing for a chance to win a $50,000 cash prize. The national championship is Thursday, June 2nd in Washington, D.C. A bill to crack down on drivers who pass a stopped school bus is getting overwhelming support in South Carolina's House. State data shows 1,150 reports of drivers passing a stopped school bus in just a 5-month period. Lawmakers are working on a bill strengthening the penalty for drivers who pass a stopped school bus, increasing the fine to $1,000. Some school leaders believe it will help with the second offense, but believe some legislative work still needs to be done.
Last year, we had 148 violations throughout the district. That was for all of last school year, and this year we're already at 158. When you get stuck with a $1,000 fine, yeah, you're not going to do it again, but who's to say that that first-time offender is not going to hit a kid? That's what I'm really worried about.
The bill also gives the state the power to move a bus stop if it's in a dangerous location. The bill is now in the Senate. More South Carolinians are heading back to work as we ease out of the pandemic. From January 2021 to January 2022, the number of working South Carolinians increased by nearly 52,000. According to the Department of Employment and Workforce, that's a significant jump. The state saw an increase of nearly 6,000 workers just from December of last year to January of this year.
The revised December number was 3.6, so we ticked down 0.1 of a percentage point, and that's been pretty steady. Again, you look at the last year and a half or so, there's been a fairly steady decrease in the unemployment rate.
The DEW says this data shows a continuing economic recovery in South Carolina. 2 of the men found guilty of chasing and killing Ahmaud Arbery because of his race are asking a federal judge to overrule their convictions. Greg McMichael and his son Travis have filed motions for acquittal in the federal hate crimes trial. Their attorneys argue that in the federal trial, the government did not sufficiently prove that Arbery was running on a public street. Federal civil rights laws prohibit harm or intimidation of people in public places based on their race. A sentencing date of the federal charges has not been set. The 3 are already serving a life sentence on state murder charges. South Carolina lawmakers are looking to address the state's food deserts. They're also working to improve equity for rural minority farmers across the Low Country. Riley Benson has that story.
Education, funding, and support are just some of the ways Deputy Secretary Dr. Joel Brana with the USDA says the federal government can better support local minority farmers.
I knew racism existed. I just didn't know it existed to the level some of the stories I've heard today.
Local farmer Joseph Hamilton says he hasn't felt the support from federal agents in past years, and now Congressman Jim Clyburn says equity gaps have to be closed while increasing funding.
I don't care what it is. We got to make it accessible and affordable.
Dr. Joel Brana, Deputy Secretary for the USDA, says the agency is committing $35 million to nonprofits, organizations, and other groups to better reach minority farmers who say they've been failed.
We have to acknowledge the experiences of South Carolina farmers and some of the things that they have suffered by not being able to access USDA programs.
The USDA will take a comprehensive look at programs, funding equity, land loss, and more to ensure minority farmers are no longer victimized.
We're very optimistic that that critical look is going to shine light on some things that we will work with Congress and we will work in other ways to make those changes.
Congressman Jim Clyburn says the changes can be achieved by working with federal partners and listening to those most impacted.
The things that we can do to make sure that these people don't fall victim to the kind of history that we had before we were doing.
Make no mistake, the current spike in gas prices is largely the fault of Vladimir Putin.
Coming up, watching Putin's next move with China, new efforts by the U.S. to keep Russia isolated. That story after Tim's forecast.